Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday, May 18th, 2023, 6 o'clock PM edition of the Auburn Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Robert Tatro, I am the chair, and I would like to call the meeting to order. So with that being said, I have to begin with reading a script. Allow me to go through that as quickly and efficiently as possible. This open meeting of the Town of Auburn Zoning Board of Appeals is being operated as a hybrid format under Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022. The public can join remotely by telephone by dialing 1-646-749-3112 and entering the access code 944-571-349. Or you can join by computer by visiting gotomeeting.com, and then the upper right corner, a box will appear and you can type in 944-571-349. All supporting materials that have been provided to the members of this body are available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. As a preliminary matter, this is Robert Tatro. I am the chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda this evening are here or remotely present. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Vice Chair Maron.
Present.
Mr. Cussy.
Present.
Mr. Chicolo.
Present.
Ms. Roach.
Present.
Ms. Bush.
Present.
And Mr. Garabedian. So Mr. Garabedian, I don't believe will be joining us this evening, and he is not here remotely, and we still have the ability to go with a full quorum, so that's not an issue. I have Caleb Moody, Building Commissioner.
Here.
And Tim Pratt.
Here.
Thank you very much, sir. Please note that each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. Please note that, I just said that. And also, I'm sorry, being recorded on Auburn Cable Television. Also, it can be viewed on YouTube afterwards as well. If there are applicants participating remotely, ask them to state their name and address. So, do we have any applicants participating remotely? Okay, I don't see anyone for the record called in, and we don't have anybody, so we can proceed past that. Alrighty, so we have a 6 o'clock PM applicant, and I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name, John Sarley, requesting a special permit under section 9.3.12 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for an accessory apartment located at 264 Bryn Mawr Ave, map 47, parcel 67. Do I have a motion to open the hearing?
Mr. Chairman, a motion to open the hearing. Second.
Thank you. Vice Chair Maron,
Approve.
Mr. Cussy,
Approve.
Mr. Chicolo,
Approve.
Ms. Roach,
Approved.
Ms. Bush,
Approved.
and I approve. Okay, so I assume that one of you gentlemen are the applicants?
That's me.
So if you could, sir, if you could approach the lectern, or if you'd like to come sit up here and just kind of go over your plan with us, what you're trying to accomplish. And also, just for the record, Caleb would like to point out that the applicant, when they calculated their square footage, went to the outside dimension of the property. Caleb saw that and corrected it and did the correct inside calculations, which are represented on the bottom there, just so we all are on the same page, okay? So, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm gonna go ahead and yield the floor to you. You can explain what's going on, and then if we have any abutters that would like to speak, and if not, I'll turn you over to the members of the board. So, go ahead.
Okay, what I'm trying to do is I just wanted to put on an addition with the, I'd like to call an in-law apartment, mainly for an elderly relative that, as of right now, is able to take care of himself and herself. But down the road, I'm gonna say within the next 2 or 3 years, they are gonna need a little bit of help. And I'm old school. I believe that you take care of your own. And that's more or less all I'm doing, just trying to put an addition on for them.
Okay. And just for the record, do we have any abutters present that would like to speak on this matter? I'm sorry? Okay, I just have to do that for the replay on TV and for all the legal purposes. So we have nobody in the audience, and we don't have anybody that called in. Let me just make sure. We have no abutters that are interested in this conversation pending online.
It looks like somebody did call in.
Okay.
There's an Ian.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing to contribute. I was just curious.
Hi. I'm sorry, sir. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name's Ian Staronovich. I live next door to John and Christine.
Oh, okay, thank you. So it just so happens that we were at the point of having, if any abutters would like to comment. Do you have any questions or concerns regarding this application?
No, not at all. I just was curious about this whole process, being a new resident.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining us. I think we actually have one person watching then. It's official. So, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna turn it over to the board members, as I usually do, and then, we can take it from there. So Vice Chair Maron and you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And just for the record, I would confirm actually 3 people watching because I fully expect that my family is on the couch watching this.
Hi at home.
Thank you for being here, sir. I did have an opportunity to view the property. It's a really smart piece of property. And so my one and only question, given that we've clarified the square footage with Caleb's work earlier, is in viewing the property, the expectation is that you'll be constructing this apartment on the left-hand side when you're viewing the property, correct?
Right, if you look and face at the house, the left-hand side, yeah.
Right. So there's a structure there now. I think it's, I want to call it a shed, but I don't
It's a
want to
shed.
represent it. So is that coming down?
Yes,
And then setback from that property line, you're expecting 11.4 when it's finished completion.
correct, actually, it's just about under 12, exactly.
And I believe, Mr. Chairman, our setback requirements are 10 feet, right? On side setbacks. Caleb's in the affirmative, so, okay,
yeah.
very good.
I was going through them in my head, but yes. correct.
Okay, I believe. And thank you, sir. I'm gonna reserve, Mr. Chairman, but I don't have any immediate questions for now.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cussy?
No questions.
Thank you. Mr. Chacolo?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In the interest of full disclosure, John's business, I am a regular patron at John's business. And just in the interest of full disclosure, I don't work with him, have never worked with him or for him or anything like that, but I'm a regular patron of Giovanni's Bakery.
I understand it's a local bakery, so I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I have, other than that full disclosure, I have no questions.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ms. Bush?
How many off-street parking spots are there?
We could fit six cars in the driveway.
I don't have any additional questions.
Thank you. Ms. Roach?
I don't have questions, I think maybe more just for the record, because they're not always looking at what we are looking at. The original plan showed 836 square feet. After calculations from the building inspector, who I think knows we have some trouble with math on the board, he redid the math at 735, since that's sort of always a hot topic for us. And also, I think it's important to note that the plan that we have been given shows a 1-bedroom apartment. That's something that also typically is a hot ticket item for us. And the property is connected to sewer, which is always my question. So no questions, more of just getting out on the record what we are seeing if other people aren't seeing.
And there is an easeway going from my existing home into it. So there's an access to that also, plus a private access for them and a back access. So there are 3 entranceways and exitways to that.
Nothing for me.
All right. One more time around the horn. I don't really have anything to say except for the fact that I feel as though I have to disclose that the bakery is probably responsible for like 10 of my pounds as well. So, I mean, I'm just gonna come out and say it.
So I
So,
can't throw
you know,
stones, my friend. I can't throw stones.
I've eaten more than one cookie out of the place, I'm not
I got
gonna
a
lie.
little saying on the wall, don't trust a skinny baker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll throw in, I'm certainly no stranger to this gentleman's cannolis. But he had mentioned the access points, and so I would agree that there are 3 access points, 2 exterior, right? So 2
Exactly.
exterior and then 1 interior.
Area going from my house to the,
Okay. For the board, and I appreciate the calculations and Ms. Roach's thoughtful comments. I mean, for the board, our bylaw stipulates 700 square feet. We're talking about 35 over. It's something that I think the board can discuss on whether or not the 35 feet is something we can offer relief on. But I think that quite frankly, is the only matter before us. The setbacks are fine. And as I said, I mean, it's a very handsome piece of property. But I don't have any further questions for the applicant, sir.
Okay. So if you don't have anything to add, the next step in the process is I close the public hearing, so then the board kind of has comments if they wanted without any public comment involved, and then somebody will look for a motion depending on which way it goes.
Okay.
So if you don't have anything else to add, I'm gonna make a motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
Through the chair, if I could just jump in real quick.
Yes.
I just want to advise more so the applicant's contractor that it's an accessory apartment, but it has to be built like a two-family. So it's gonna need the fire separation from the single-family home, and the smoke detectors are gonna have to be a separate system. I just want you to be aware of that up front. Because the building code doesn't have an accessory apartment, so we have to treat it as like a two-family. So you need the 1 hour separation and then the separate system for the smoke detection. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, thank you very much. We always like to have that kind of stuff brought to the forefront, so it's always good to have. So again, do I have a motion to close the public portion of the hearing?
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to close the public portion of the hearing.
Thank you.
Second,
Thank you. Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy? Approve. Mr. Chacolo?
approve.
Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Approved.
And I approve. Okay, so again, to the Vice Chair, any questions, comments, concerns?
No concerns, with this applicant, and I, for one, to just show my cards, would be in favor of offering relief, to the 35 square feet over. I, very much appreciate the math that's been done. Before we got here, I think it was a question for all of us when we looked at the brief, on it stating well over 800 square feet. But I just, not investing in a lot of questions tonight, from a lot of us, because I think that it's, a pretty straightforward application, quite frankly.
Okay, Mr. Cussy?
I agree with 35 feet, I'm good with it.
Absolutely.
And just for the record, Ms. Bush, your opinion?
I agree with
Okay. And Ms. Roach?
I mean, we've
Yeah,
done,
I mean, a 35.
that's kind of in line with, I think, where we fall normally, so.
Okay, so do I have a motion on the 6:00 PM applicant John Sarley requesting a special permit under section 9.3.12 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for an accessory apartment located at 64 Bryn Mawr Ave, map 47, parcel 67?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve, the applicant as stated with standard conditions.
Thank you.
Second,
Thank you. So Vice Chair Maron?
I approve.
Mr. Cussy? Approve. Mr. Chacolo?
approve.
I approve.
Thank you, and I approve. You're all set, sir.
And I thank you all very, very much, and my father-in-law, mother-in-law, thank you also. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
Have a great night, guys.
Good evening.
Okay. Okay. So just for the record, do we need to close that hearing after the vote? I just want to make sure.
Like his cannolis. Very much.
Officially closed. Yeah, I think
Already
we'll,
open, yes.
right, I agree. So we obviously have a short agenda this evening. So you have minutes that you have to approve, so I can actually read them off. I wasn't present, so I just won't vote. But, so moving on to that, so we have the minutes for 4/20/2023. Present was Vice Chair Maron, Mr. Chacolo, Ms. Roach, Mr. Cussy, Ms. Bush, and Ryan Garabedian. We have enough to bring them into, if so, C. So, do I have a motion on that?
So, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve as written the 4/20/23 minutes.
Second,
Okay, Vice Chair Maron.
I approve.
Mr. Cussy. Approve. Mr. Chacolo.
approve.
Ms. Bush.
Approve.
Ms. Roach. Approve. And I vote to approve. Okay, so that's all we really have. I don't believe we have any new business. Before we close, I just actually did want to say though, it seemed like a pretty well-run election last week, and I just wanted to commend all of the candidates that got involved in that, regardless of whether you win or lose. It's not that really about it. It's whether you play the game and they step in the arena and want to represent the town. So congratulations to everybody that got involved, and also for those who got elected. So thank you very much. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I will second.
All in favor? Aye. We can do that all at once, right? There you go. Thank you. And the next meeting is June 15th, 2023. Thank you.